Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Traci Reed Designs, and it is release weekend for the new Traci Reed Designs Trailblazer collection. And so you'll have seen this layout in the release. There's also today an Instagram hop that is happening, so if you come over from Instagram, welcome. Be sure to hop through and see all the layouts using this collection that are over on Instagram. And I will have in the description box below a link to Traci's website where you can grab this new collection while it's on sale. And so this does have, like I said, a photo up on Instagram for the hop. So I usually do a process video anyway, so this is the process video of how that layout was created. And this is a really cute collection that Traci has put together. It definitely has a Western flair, but it doesn't, to me, you can definitely use it for more than just scrapping Western type photos or, out West kind of photos and things like that. You could use it for travel. I'm going to do a picture of my daughter. Today for this one, I am scrapbooking the Country Bear Jamboree, so I did lean into the country aspect of this, and I decided to document these pictures from one of our trips to Disney World and to the Country Bear Jamboree because I couldn't resist. This collection has that theme, and so I try to always, or I tend to always end up doing at least one layout of Disney. I can't resist. And so that is what we're doing today. So I have my two photos. They are 3x4. This wood grain background is a pattern paper from the collection, and I did go ahead and cut it down to about 11.5 by 11.5, and I'm just going to mat it on a piece of yellow cardstock just to frame out the layout. And the other thing I did off camera because I needed it to dry was I added some white splatters, so just some white paint. And so that is going to be my background. And then for my photos, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I have 3 pattern papers from the collection. I have this beautiful star pattern papers that tone on tone yellow. It's kind of a yellow orange colored star. And then I have this with those cow heads or buffalo heads, or I'm not really sure what they are, with the florals. So I'm going to use that one, and then I have the multicolored polka dot, which is all the colors in the collection. So I am just going to use these to mat my photos. So I'm going to do this photo with the yellow, this one with the pink, and then they're both going to be matted with this polka dot paper. And so I'm going to do that part off camera, and then I'm thinking my photos are going to go somewhere in the middle, unless I decide to put them somewhere else. I'm not sure if they're going to go side by side or kind of staggered or on an angle. I haven't quite decided. But before I stop and go and get at least this part down, I am going to use these really old Hip Kit letter stickers in the white for the part of my title. And then for the rest of my title, I used the alphas from the collection. So they come in multiple colors. And there's like a faint wood grain, which I don't think is going to pick up on camera. But I did go ahead and cut the rest of my title using those. And then here in this pile, I have everything here in this pile is from the sticker sheet. So the alpha, or not the alpha, the embellishment pack, I would say you could call it. These are all from that. So everything I'm using is from that. I'm not using anything from the digital. These 3 little bears are not from the kit, but I had these adorable little die cut bears, and since I'm scrapbooking the Country Bear Jamboree, I couldn't resist. So those, don't look for those in the kit. They are not there, but they matched the colors, and so I thought I'm just going to sneak them in. And have them work with this kit, or with this collection and this layout, because they were kind of perfect. So, and I don't have another use for bears. Usually not a reason to have bears on my layout, so this was kind of perfect. So like I said, I'm going to go off camera, mat these 2 photos up, get my background down, decide where my photos are going to go, and then we're going to come in. And really, I'm just going to play with embellishments. I'm not sure I'll use all of these, but I'm just going to have some fun layering these pieces up around my photos, and then getting my title down. And this is going to be a pretty quick layout, I think. Okay, we are back, and my photos are down, and I am pretty happy with. Sorry guys, I'm gonna adjust my camera for a second. There we go. And my photos are down. I have things glued. Excuse me. So I kind of separated some stuff. Excuse me. So now we're just gonna build out. There's not gonna be a whole lot. This is gonna be a fairly simple page. So we're just gonna play around with some of the pieces that I grabbed, and I'm just going to fit them in here. Just gonna make some clusters, and I think I'm really just gonna have 2 clusters on this page. Let's see, I don't even know if I need that. Maybe if I move this down. So this is going to be me fiddling with everything as I play with where to put these embellishments that I chose. So just trying to get an idea. I don't know if I'll even use that. So my title for this one is going to be Disney's Wildest Bears. So I have Wildest Bears in the font from the kit. Oops. And I'm going to use those white letters for the word Disney. So decided that for this one I'm going to put my title right across the top. So I'm just going to get that laid down. I'm certainly not going to glue this down on camera because this is going to take a minute. So I do like that. So now Wildest Bears, Disney will go right across the top. And then I think I'm going to put a cluster down here. And kind of get an idea. Do I put this down maybe? I'm not sure. Do I want anything else? I have this cute rope. And I did mat my photo in that polka dotted paper. I will let you know. I did tear the bottom of just to give it a bit more interest. So that kind of works. And then, like I said, I'm going to write the word Disney up here. I've got my 3 little bears on. I don't think I need these pieces. I think like I said, this one I was kind of aiming for a little bit simpler, which is hard for me. I keep thinking I want to add more because I usually add at least another cluster and way more in my embellishments. But I'm trying to not for this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. The only thing this does need is some sparkle, whether sequins, enamel dots. It needs something, definitely. So I think what I'm going to do is get this glued down. I'll probably pop a few of the pieces up, get the rest of my title finished, and then yeah, I'm going to come in with some sequins for sure because it definitely needs it. Okay, I am back to finish this layout, and you might have noticed I did add just a small cluster up at the top. I couldn't leave it. With just the 2, it felt off to me. having 3 sets of embellishments just feels like it completes the layout. And it does give me that visual triangle. So yeah, I did try to keep it simple, but yeah, I couldn't resist adding another embellishment cluster up there. I did off camera add some little hearts in my embellishment clusters. They are really tedious, so I didn't do that on camera. But they're just really cute, and I had them in the right colors, so I thought, why not? And then I'm going to take these sequins. These are from Spiegel Mom Scraps. Sadly, she is not doing sequins anymore, but I liked that these had sort of a lot of iridescent and purple kind of sparkle in them, so I thought it would be fun to sort of bring out that color a bit. So I'm not just going to use the purplish ones. They're like a purpley pink. There's also green in here as well as yellow, so I do plan to try to get all the colors that this mix has represented. I didn't pull out the greens, or I decided not to sort of focus on not the greens, the blue, but this sequin mix did pretty well in having the colors that I wanted, so we are going to go with this one. And I'm just going to add my sequins. I'm trying to do one green, one yellow, and one of the purpley pink sequin. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to try not to make a huge mess and add sequins to each of my clusters, and that is going to finish off this page. So while I'm doing this, before I stop the video, don't forget to hop along with the Instagram hop if you haven't already. Go and check out all of the fabulous creations using this new collection. There's lots of amazing talent on the design team, and there's always tons of inspiration when a new collection comes out. And so this month is no different. And these green are so tiny. Last one up here. And we're going to call this done. And don't forget that the weekend of the release, or if you're watching this when it releases, that first weekend in May, hopefully you are celebrating International Scrapbook Day and you are scrapping and getting lots of creative ideas out there on all of the crafty places that'll be hosting hops. But hopefully, if you are doing some shopping, go and grab this collection, because I know it will be on sale, and that's always a great time to buy, is if you can grab it when it's on sale. So I am going to finish up this last one if I can get it to let go, and we are going to call this one done. So still photos will be up in just a sec for this one, and be on the lookout. Tomorrow will be the YouTube hop, so there'll be a whole other set of layouts for you to take a look at. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.